Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto, and today guys we are taking a cheeky look at Harmony, and specifically, is it too late to buy the one token? So Chris, this seems to be a question on everyone's lips at the moment, right? With Harmony having a bit of a run, in the last couple of days, hitting some all-time highs today. The question is it too late to buy the one token? And we're going to help answer this question a little bit in this video. And obviously, this is not financial advice. It's just our opinions and should be treated as such. However, it's my opinion that, there is still plenty of time to buy the one token. I still feel that I will be accumulating one for a little bit longer yet, and there's plenty of room to the upside in my personal opinion. But we're going to get into the video and see in a little bit more detail why I think this. So if you do find this video useful, informative, hit the like button. We both really do appreciate it. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you're not yet subscribed, do consider subscribing. By subscribing, you will be kept up to date with all of the videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Right, Chris, this is a Harmony video. So do you want to give a brief update on the Harmony pool that we operate?
Yeah, so we've set up the Harmony pool now. We've sort of got that earning some decent rewards after a bit of a temperamental start, but we're there now, aren't we?
A bit of a learning curve, I feel.
Learning curve, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit different to other pools, but we're across that now, which is fantastic. You can delegate, and we'd love to have you delegate your Harmony one to our pool with the ticker 𝗕𝗘𝗪. Yeah, fantastic. We're just excited to be supporting the project in being more decentralized, and by minting with us, you're supporting the project, but you're also supporting the channel. So if you appreciate the content, then you know what to do. Jump in.
Absolutely right. With all that said, let's jump over to the desktop and take a look at what's going on here with Harmony One.
Let's do that.
Fantastic. So in brief, what is Harmony? And we actually did a whole video around this. So do check that one out. It's basically called what is Harmony and would we invest? That's on our channel. Check that one out if you're interested. But in brief, Harmony basically provides a high throughput and low latency, low fee platform. And it's all designed around a decentralized economy, which, Harmony envisions to be the future. They plan to address many of the issues which is plaguing some of those other more famous blockchains such as Ethereum in terms of the scalability issues, to name just a few things. And ultimately, Harmony was built on best research and best practices around engineering, and has been optimally tuned to perform amazing things. They are technically focused, and the project is all around resharding and secure staking with decentralized randomness. And they currently are operating on 4 shards, 0, 1, 2, and 3. And in the future, within about 3 to 6 months from now, they're going to be doing an automatic resharding, so we don't have stake pool operators having to manually move to different shards to optimize the rewards for you guys. So some really fantastic things that are going on there. And Harmony also implements their optimal cross-shard routing and fast propagation, block propagation, which is fantastic in itself. But, ultimately in practice, Harmony does help a lot of businesses around the world build marketplaces for fungible tokens. And these are those loyalty points or energy credits, etc. And also those NFTs, those non-fungible tokens, such as in-game digital assets, or even that famous NFT artwork that we've been hearing a lot about recently. So I think there's some fantastic things going on here with Harmony, and the technology cannot be overlooked either. The technology stack at Harmony One is absolutely fantastic. And, there's network infrastructure, there's obviously the consensus protocol, and I can go on and on and on about the things that are going on over at Harmony. But for you guys, I do recommend checking out the What is Harmony and Would We Invest video on the channel, and you'll learn a lot more about it. But let's get into what the main subject of this video is all about, and that is it too late to buy the Harmony One token? Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions as to why I think there's plenty more time to be purchasing the Harmony One token. And then I'll hand over to Chris, who will go through his thoughts and opinions as well. So let's get into it. Harmony One, as it stands right now at the point of recording this video, is currently trading at 8.7 cents. Now, it had an all-time high earlier today of 10.7, and it's been performing incredibly well very recently. We've seen it hit a couple of all-time highs, and it gets corrected briefly and then goes up for another one. So it is doing some phenomenal things at the moment. Now, to talk about a little bit on the tokenomics side of things, it has a market cap of $800 million, which is absolutely tiny in comparison to some other fantastic projects that are out in the space, specifically around sharding. And so I think there's something around that we need to consider. There are, of course, 9.2 billion tokens in circulating supply, which is, it sounds like a fair amount, but it's actually smaller than some other projects as well. The current maximum supply is 12.6, which is also a pretty good cap to see on the charts here as well. So I think there's potential in this project. 9.2 billion is not too many tokens. It keeps the price low, but we are not too we don't actually tend to focus too much on the actual price of the token. Instead, we want to focus on the percentage gains that can be achieved. Because if you put $1,000 in, we want to see it do, several 100% growth, right? And you can exchange and extract that money rather than just thinking about the actual value of the token all the time. If you put $1 in for a stable coin and it's always going to be worth $1, that kind of scenario, we want to see that percentage growth, and we want to see that maximum percentage growth and percentage points that we can achieve with a project. And I think Harmony One has a lot of potential in it. So it's, as I said before, right, current market cap is $800 million, and it has a circulating supply of 9.2 billion. Now, do I think this thing could 10x? I absolutely think that Harmony One can do a 10x. It may even go higher than that, 20x, and even maybe further, depending on the right kind of marketing and fantastic things that happen over at Harmony One. But with that being said, let's assume it just goes to $1, which would be a 10x roughly from where it is today. In fact, it would be a little over 10x right now. That would basically mean that the market cap would be $9.2 billion. And during a bull run, I think that is a perfectly acceptable amount. I think it could potentially go much higher. We could see $2, which would be around the $18 billion market cap. And still, that is incredibly tiny for the amount of technology you get for your money. And what I mean by this is we saw things like XRP during the 2017 bull run that had over 40 billion coins in circulating supply hit or have a market cap of $150 billion. So we're asking for a fraction of that with a technology that is also something of fantastic use. So I think we could quite easily see $1 and maybe even push that up to $2 per token during the bull run, which would be a fantastic amount of increase from a percentage point of view. I think an $18 billion market cap is acceptable, and I think it could potentially be in that range. And I think for that reason, there's plenty of time to buy the Harmony One token. That being said, we've also hit all-time highs today, so we're going to have a retracement, so there's going to be an accumulation zone as well. I think there's plenty of time for us to buy the Harmony One token. But what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. I think there's still plenty of time. I think there's much more room in the tank for this one to go, places that probably people can't imagine right now, and certainly couldn't imagine, a few weeks back when we were discussing it. They certainly couldn't imagine it, back in October when we were talking about it, right? I think there are some things that potentially could do with a bit of an upgrade. Being able to use the Nano Ledger X, for example, as well as the S. That seems to be a common issue that we come across. When people reach out to us to join the pool. I kind of feel as well the Harmony One community is really important and have a big role to play, and we found the support immensely great in the respect that they've been able to educate us, support us with setting up the pool and how to game it. And not only that, I see lots of our followers on the channel also sort of buying into One and the community, talking about how supportive and educational that they've been, and they've converted them into big investors in Harmony One as well. And I think it's a good way to nurture new people that are in the space, right? And I think this is one aspect that is underrated in this space. It's very tribal. when it comes to certain projects. So I think that aspect of things is, definitely in 𝗲𝗓𝗏's favor. I think it's a great attribute to have. Because it's great when people come in, maybe they're invested in XRP, for example, and then they start to say, "Oh, brilliant! Have you seen one?" and start to educate people on that. I think it's a fantastic approach, and that's then backed up with a great team, a solid team, and great tech. So I don't think it gets much better than that. I think we haven't had a Coinbase listing yet, so I think there's still so much that can happen that's going to support the growth of 𝗲𝗓𝗏. And you mentioned a few other things there around the sharding and all that stuff that's happening in the background, more techie stuff. But for me, I definitely feel that there's more in the tank. I think we're still early when it comes to 𝗲𝗓𝗏. I've said this before on the channel, on live streams and other videos around, maybe some of the other projects have got to have their time, and it's a little bit more of a long-term investment. But I still see it as that. People are like, "Oh, I wasn't expecting to have made this amount of money. I only got in 2-3 weeks ago." And that's great timing, but I still think we're early, Nick.
No, I absolutely agree. So there you have it, guys. We still think that there's plenty of time to be purchasing the 𝗲𝗓𝗏 token. And let us know if you think otherwise, or if you agree with us. Let us know in the comments down below. We really do read all of them, so let us know your thoughts and opinions. Do you think it's too late to buy 𝗲𝗓𝗏, or do you think it's actually perfectly fine to be buying up 𝗲𝗲𝗏 with prices now well above 5 cents? So yeah, let us know. Really appreciate that. And of course, if you're if enjoyed the video and found it useful, informative, hit the like button. Me and Chris, we both appreciate that as well. Of course, if you're new to the channel, not yet subscribed, do consider subscribing. By subscribing, you'll be kept up to date with all of the videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Right, with all this said and done, Chris, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and we'll catch you all in the next one.
Yeah, take care.